Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Dr. Irfan, Faculty of Commerce. Last video we are discussed the introduction part of international business, and this video we are discussed the approaches and problems of international business. First, we would like to discuss the approaches to international business. We are having totally three approaches of international business. First one is ethnocentric, second one is polycentric, third one is resource-centric, and fourth one is geocentric. Okay, these approaches are very important role play in the international business. First, I would like to explain the ethnocentric approach. What do you mean by ethnocentric approach? The domestic companies normally formulates their strategies, their product design and their operations towards the national markets, customers and competitors. The company exports the same products designed for domestic markets to foreign countries. Thus maintains of domestic approach towards international business is ethnocentric approach. The main concept of ethnocentric means here which products are available for the home country, okay, what they are selling in the respective countries, okay, respective country, okay, on that time same products they will send to the some other countries. That is called a ethnocentric approach. Okay, I'll tell you an example. Okay, the best example is our Indians are available, they are working in some abroad companies or abroad countries. Okay, on that time the Indians required the Indians goods and services. On that time some Indian companies they are selling their respective goods and services to the abroad, such as dresses like salwar and kurta. Okay, if some Indians are available in the abroad, on that time they required salwar and kurta. Saris they required, and food items such as dosa mix. Okay, they are staying in abroad, they required dosa. Okay, on that time they will purchase dosa mix, idli mix, vada mix, sambar mix, gulab jamun mix, papad, and Indian sweets are primarily targeted at Indian population abroad. Okay, for example, you can see that in our India, okay, everybody is required, everybody like vada, everybody like idli, dosa, okay, gulab jamun, papad. Okay, these are the major things in India. They are having a breakfast. Okay, that's why that type of products they are selling into the respective country. It is a very best example of the respective ethnocentric. Okay, because of kurta is available in India also, that same kurta is available for the abroad also. Okay, sarees also available in India also, same sarees available in the abroad also. Same dosa mix also available here, idli mix also available here, same dosa mix and idli mix also available in the abroad area also. Because of this is the best example for the ethnocentric. Okay, next we will move for polycentric approach. What do you mean by polycentric approach? Okay, they are given. Polycentric approach means the company establishes a foreign subsidiaries company and decentralizes all the operations and delegates decision making and policy making authority to its executives. In fact, company appoints executives and personnel who direct reports to managing director of that company. Company appoints key personnel from home country and all other vacancies are filled by people at host country. Okay, here I'll tell you just one example, the best example of the polycentric. The US, okay, the US present company places natives from the United States in key positions in both the United States and Mexico. Okay, this is called a USA. Okay, after that polycentric approach, when company adopts the strategy of limited recruitment to the nations of the host country. Okay, which means here they are concentrating about the local people, local country. Okay, it's a very important. Okay, now here they are appoint the respective executive. That executives are directly approached to the respective managing director. Okay, what they required, what they don't require. It is called a polycentric approach. It is also very important. Next one is regiocentric approach. What do you mean by a regiocentric approach? It is a very important. Okay, the company after operating successfully in a foreign countries thinks of exporting to the neighboring countries of the host country. At this stage, the foreign subsidiaries considers the regional environment for formulating policies. It markets more or less the same product design under polycentric approach in other country of region with the different market strategy. Okay, now they are thinking that when one market you are captured, you are thinking that some other neighbor countries you should capture. Okay, the best example is regiocentric is the Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola have been using this kind of regiocentric orientation approach for marketing purposes. Countries such as India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka have been grouped together due to their similarities and a similar marketing strategies is used across these countries. Okay, the Coca-Cola is available in India also, same Coca-Cola available in Pakistan also, same Coca-Cola available in Afghanistan, Bangladesh also, same Coca-Cola is available in America also. Because of this is called the regiocentric approach, the best example, because they are formulating the policies of a particular respective countries. Okay, now regiocentric also very important for the KFC. Okay, we are having a KFC. Okay, pizza, vegetarian and non-vegetarian. KFC totally, if you are having a vegetarian, yes, vegetarian also there, and non-vegetarian also, pizza, burger also available. For example, it is an example of the regiocentric approach. Okay, now next we will move for the geocentric approach. What do you mean by geocentric approach? Under this approach, the entire world is just like a single country for the company. They select the employees from entire globe and operate with a number of subsidiaries. Each subsidiary functions as an autonomous company in formulating policies, strategies, products, design, etc. Okay, the best example I'll tell you, the Wilmers. Have you heard that? Wilmers company. Wilmers company is the best example for geocentric. Why? Because Wilmer company is also basically it is a other foreign country MNC company. This is available in India also. It is also available in Pakistan also. It is available for the Bangladesh also. It is available for the Japan also. It is available for the America also. Because of this is called a geocentric approach. The another one is geocentric approach uses the best suitable managers for a business without regard for their country of origin. The best example is UK present company uses relative of many countries, company headquarters and US subsidiaries. Okay, after that the best example of the geocentric is the company where geocentric is in force. For instance, KFC has a vegetarian thali, a mixed meal with rice and cooked vegetable, and chana snacker to cater to vegetarian in India, and Viacom's MTV channels are branded according to as. It is called a KFC. KFC is a basically is focusing on the vegetarian thali. Why? Because of in India Indians required they are vegetarians. Okay, that's why here they are subsidiaries functions they are making. Okay, that same according to that respective country policies and strategies, a product design. Okay, they are maintaining according to the respective country needs, wants and demands. Okay, they cannot move against the country. Okay, what they required, what type of employees they required, what type of products they are required, what type of activities they are required, what type of services they are required. According to that type of service they will provide to the respective country. It is called a geocentric. Now we'll discuss the very important the problems of international business. Okay, what are the problems are available for the international business? The first one is legal purchase. Okay, if you want to do a international business, you are having a first major problem is purchase of goods and services, purchase of raw material. On that time, if you want to purchase a raw material from the country, on that time you should make a n number of formalities, legal formalities. Okay, now it's take a lot of time to purchase a legal raw material, legal product and services. Okay, it's take a more time. It include nearly 15 to 16 steps, which makes purchasing a hectic in an international business. Not an easy task to purchase of raw material. Okay, to purchase of goods and services. On that time you should move for the respective steps. Okay, if you want to purchase technology, on that time you should follow all the some legal formality, then only you can purchase, otherwise you cannot purchase the respective technology also. Okay, it is a very important major problem of a international business. Okay, next one is restrictions. Okay, there are some restrictions to purchase in international business in certain areas or upon certain things. Okay, here when if you are doing a business in a respect to other countries, according to that country needs, wants and demand, you should sell your goods and services and you are produce goods and services. Okay, you are having a restrictions, you cannot against to the respective country. Okay, you are having something restrictions. Okay, it is a major problem according to according to that country population, according to that country needs and wants, you should produce a respective goods and services. On that time you are having a n number of bonds. Okay, n number of restrictions among the respective country. After that directly you cannot purchase the respective technology and raw material. You should having a restrictions. Okay, if you need a raw material, you should take a permission from the respective government, then only the government will restrict the respective raw material. This much of raw material will provide. Okay, apart from that raw material will not provide a one single raw material for your company. That is called a restrictions. After that we cannot buy from there because of restrictions. There are some items that you cannot purchase from some areas because of these restrictions. Okay, you cannot purchase or you cannot buy any type of respective raw material, respective technology. Okay, you should follow the restrictions of the respective country. Okay, you should follow the guidelines, you should follow the rules and regulations of the respective countries. Okay, next one is, it is a very high risk. Okay, sometimes some investors they are not aware about the respective business. On that time they are investing their money. On that time it is a it will take some problems. Why? Because they don't know, okay, what you are going to collect benefit from the respective company. That is a high risk. Okay, in international business such companies invest money in a business in which they do not know anything. Okay, it is a very hammer for the respective company. Okay, after that in this high risk, a little risk is created due to this. It also costs more money to export goods from such a place, due to which there is a maximum risk involved in it. Okay, sometime when you want to export your respective goods and services, on that time you should need more money. On that time it is also will create some problems of respective countries. On that time, you should have a more risk, high risk of the particular company. Okay, next one is very important, fourth one, difference language. Okay, if you want to start a business, if you want to start an international business, on that time you cannot start directly. Why? You can't send directly. First you should approach to that respective country, dealers, wholesalers, distributors, maybe your clients. Okay, if you want to convince the client, then only you can sell your goods and services. If you not convince the clients, on that time you cannot sell your respective goods and services. On that time it is a different language. For example, if you want to sell your goods and services to the Sri Lanka, on that time you should learn about the Sri Lankan language. Okay, what they are speaking. Okay, on that time, after that you can convince, you can talk with the Sri Lankans. Otherwise you cannot talk with the Sri Lankans. Why? Because of Sri Lankan tongue is different, our tongue is different. Okay, you cannot talk with Hindi, you cannot talk with Tamil, you cannot talk with Kannada. Okay, on that time Tamilian, it means here Sri Lankan mother language is different. On that time mother tongue is different. That type of mother tongue you should learn. Then only it is called a very different, very difficult to learn the language. Otherwise you cannot sell. Otherwise you cannot buy the raw material from the respective countries. Okay, it is a major problem of a respective international business. After that, what is involving in the different language? Okay, after that you have ensure that you either learn their language well or option for some other way. Some other way means here, option means here, otherwise you should recruit the employee from the America, from the Sri Lanka. Why? If you are recruiting the employee from the Sri Lankan, the employee will convince to the respective Sri Lankans. That is another solution of the to different the language. Then only you are able to successful deal with all the agreements. Okay, that's why here we should require, if you want to start a international business, on that time you should learn the local language of the respective country. Okay, and next one is the arrangement of currency. Okay, what do you mean by arrangement of currency, foreign currency? Okay, here if you want to purchase, if you want to sell your respective goods and services one country to another country, on that time the arrangement of foreign currency is very important. Why? Without receiving the currency you cannot send the respective goods and services. Okay, what is the trust among the countries? That's why here we required both side trust. On that time it is a make a arrangement of foreign currency is a major drawbacks, a major problem of the international business. Why? The currency differ from one country to another country. After that you cannot transfer currency one country to another country very easily. Okay, you require n number of steps. Okay, then only you can sell or you can send your respective currency or respective your goods and services. What is involving in the arrangement of foreign currency? If you are dealing with an outside country, want to do business with them, then you have to make sure that you have money in the currency that they have, so that you can do business easily. For example, if you are converting dinar, you converting dollar, on that time you require that type of currency in your country, then only you can, otherwise you cannot. For example, if you are moving India to America, okay, you are having a crores to rupees, Indian rupees in your hand, that rupees will not work in America. Why? Because American currency is different. America is having dollars. Okay, if they are asking dollars, we don't need a rupee, we need a dollars. On that time you should convert, you should arrangement for the foreign currency also very dangerous, very major problem of the respect to international business. Okay, these are the problems of international business. What are those? Legal purchase, restrictions, high risk, difference language, and arrangement of foreign currency. Okay, next video we will discuss the next concept. Okay, if you like this video, please subscribe and share your respective groups. Okay.